Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Something a little bit different today. This reading is going to be about the saddest reading I ever did. And I'm going to keep confidence. I'm not going to say anything that you would be able to identify who this person is. And I'll explain why I'm doing this at the end of the video. So this is the saddest reading I have ever done. I'm using Tatiana's fortune cards, which I use for years and years. You can see the puppy chewed on them a bit. They're quite tattered because I spent years and years and years. And you can see how well worn these cards are. The packaging is worn. I've taken these all over the world with me when I lived in Spain and whatnot. Anyways, I digress. They're great little cards to learn because they're so nice and bright. All right, so let me start with this story. So I have a friend that we met in grade 2. Grade 2, if you aren't in Canada, is around age 6 or age 7. Age 6 is grade 1, 7 is grade 2. And our mothers worked together at a store called Eaton's. And if you aren't Canadian, if you're Canadian, you'll probably miss Eaton's as much as I do. Eaton's was a department store, something like a Penny's, J.C. Penney's, a little bit upper than, maybe more like a Macy's, that kind of thing. Anyways, our mothers worked together, and my friend, I'm trying not to say her name, only lived about a block away from me. So we became fast friends, and we were in the same grade together and walked back and forth to school and whatnot, and grew up together. But our lives took completely different paths in that her father passed away in grade 4 when we were in grade 4. And then when her mother remarried, the new husband or her stepfather did untoward her, and she ran away at age 16 and ended up getting pregnant and hooked on drugs. And obviously our lives took completely different paths. We maintained we kept in touch, and I was there when her baby was born, and then I got married and we moved away, and we lost touch, as most ladies did back then, because last names were different and all we had were phone books. We didn't have social media. Like girls today don't have any idea how lucky they are to keep in contact with their girlfriends. Anyways, I digress. So Facebook starts in 2007, and by 2009, we're both on Facebook, and she found me. And she's like, oh my God, there you are. And where have you been? And in the meantime, we've moved all over the place. So she didn't even know what phone book to look in. So we reconnected, and this was in 2009, and she was still struggling with some alcoholism and divorcing her husband, etc., etc. Her son was having problems, and she would once, every so often, oh, can you read the cards and let me know what's going to happen to my son? Am I going to get the money from my divorce, etc., etc. So we were quite well versed on. I was reading for her, as I do for all my friends, and she. One year in July 2019, her birthday was in July, after being sober for 2 years, she asked me to do a birthday reading for her. And these are the cards that came out. And I was like, oh my God, after so many struggles that she's had and whatnot. And if you know a little bit about Lenormand, if you pulled this, you'd be like, wow. You're going to get great lucky news about money. As she worked as a chambermaid at a motel in a small town. So she was always struggling with money. And then I was like, wow, you're going to get some really, really good news about something that grows, like something like, I don't know, like, I think this, and I even remember saying to her, I think this is your sobriety. I think you're done with, with all, you can put everything behind you. You've got the golden key. And then I said, wow, and some fantastic love, brand new love. Your guiding star is getting you to your goal. And wow, you're going to receive some kind of message, some new way of making money. There's this message of luck. Like I was going on and on. Look at this. Look at the rider with the letter and the star. Wow, you're going to get such great, amazing news. Some key, something that has been locked and hidden from you for so long is going to be unlocked. I'm like, if I got this, I'd be buying a lottery ticket, or somebody's coming into your life is going to be so lucky. You're going to, bump into them in perhaps go stop on a coffee break or something, or meet them. Maybe you clean their room or something this key opens, right? I'm thinking because keys open doors, and that's what she does, and lucky and falls in love. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe this layout for you for your birthday. And then I went, and a wish is going to come true. A wish when you have the sun and star and heart together, something you've been wish upon your star, a wish is going to come true. You're going to hear I kept saying there's some kind of news about your health. Maybe because trees health, right? Or growing concern. And I thought, well, it's not really health because we have the fish and the sun here. So I thought, I wonder if this is going concern. I said, you might even be moving. Perhaps a key opens a door to a new, beautiful place to live. And she was like, wow, wow, wow. And I was like, I am so happy for you. After all these years of struggle, and I'm trying to think, in 2019, we would have been 56. So this was for her 56th birthday. And 56. And she went off. She was like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I said, yeah, you've got the golden key here. Any doors that were closed before, go back and have a look. So especially with the fish here, that's income. If there was a job you applied for, because her job was really crappy, really hard on her body. And, you're 56 years old, and that's minimum wage, a little motel in a little town. She couldn't count on tips really. If anything, it just bought her a pack of cigarettes at the end of the day. And I said, you know what? If there was a job or something that you applied for, you've got the golden key now. I'd go back and see if they're hiring, especially if it's an increase in wage. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. And just a sidebar, interesting, I mentioned cigarettes. We started smoking together when in grade 6. So 12 years old, there we are in her parents' basement, puffing away on these cigarettes till we threw up. Honest to God. But I quit when I was 19. As soon as it didn't bother my parents anymore that I smoked, I quit. Because that's what teenagers do, right? I haven't had one since. Not one. Not a craving, nothing. So anyways, I digress. So she was just so happy with this reading, and she couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And I said, oh, I can't wait to see what happens. Some kind of news is coming that's absolutely going to make your day. And she asked me, she goes, when do you think this will happen? I said, very soon. Usually the clover's 2 weeks, and so we're in July. Could be 2 months, because it's a 2, right? 2 weeks, 2 months. Okay, good, she says, thank you. And then, of course, off we go, and just, this and that on Facebook, and passing memes and stuff back and forth, and, nothing too deep. And September, she finally contacts me and says, remember that reading you did on my birthday? And I'm like, yeah, like, did you win the lottery? Did you meet the man of your dreams? Like, what's going on? And she said, I have to tell you, I have terminal cancer. And I asked the cards if I would be eligible for medically assisted death. We call it MAID here in Canada. She says, I applied and I didn't know. And I just want to let you know today I heard. And it's the best news I've ever had in my life. I've had such a crappy life. And that I can end it in my own terms with my children by my side is the best news you ever gave me. And I just wanted to let you know that. I was stunned, absolutely stunned. And on November 6, 2019, at 11:09 a.m., my dear friend passed to the other side. And I've felt her ever since. And I really feel like she's asking me to do this reading today, to share with other people. I don't know why. Maybe there's somebody out there who, I don't know. I can't let it go. She asked me to do it yesterday, and I was like, I'm not sharing your reading. And so today, when I was looking at what am I going to read about, this was the only reading that came into my zone. So I don't know who's out there who needs to hear this. I don't know if it gives you a message of hope. I don't know. I don't know. But this has become the saddest reading I have ever done. And I've kept the cards. And as a matter of fact, and I'll show you with my phone, I take a picture of my iPad. It's the screensaver on my iPad, this reading, to remind me of her, to remind me that people come to me for readings for whatever reason that they have. I'm so glad I normally don't ask the question until later, and I'll ask like, oh, did you have any questions? And I remember her saying, no, this is perfect. And then I went back and looked at it, and here it is. The good news about her, about the health. And that was her wish, that she would end her life on her own terms. And she did. She had lung cancer, brain cancer, kidney cancer. She was absolutely terminal. She would have lived, another maybe 6 months in a life just withering away to nothing. So she just felt she was lucky that she had that option in Canada. Interestingly, about the money part here is that where she worked had an insurance policy that she left to her 3 children a little bit of money. When I look back, I went, wow, you just never know what the cards are trying to tell you. A wish came true. Her wish came true. So anyways, without saying her name, because I don't know if her children watch or not, and I don't want to upset them. She might have told them about this. I know you're with me, and thank you for being with me, and thank you for your nudges and your guidance. Everybody take good care, and if you have a good friend out there, send them a heart emoji or something. See you online. Bye for now.